Let's look at example 1. This is going to help us find the opposite of an opposite of a number. The question is, what is the opposite of 8? How can we illustrate this number on a number line? So we're going to break this into parts so that you can understand opposite of an opposite. First question wants to know what number is 8 units to the right of 0. Well, if I'm going to use this number line down here to help me illustrate this, there is 0. 8 units to the right of 0 is going to be an 8. So the next part wants to know, how can you illustrate locating the opposite of 8 on this number line? Well, since 8 was 8 units to the right, its opposite has to be 8 units to the left of 0. So we can count 8 units to the left of 0. So on the number line, start at 0, go 8 units to the left. If we started out with 8, the opposite of 8 would be negative 8. Okay, it's on the other side of 0, the same distance. So the opposite of 8 is negative 8. Now it says use the same process to locate the opposite of negative 8. What is the opposite of negative 8? Well, we're going to go back to where we first started. 8. The opposite of a number is the original number. Okay? The opposite of a number is the original number that we start out with. We can represent this as an equation. If I want to know what the opposite of 8 is, I can express it as that equation right there. We want to sort of think of it working our way from the inside out. The original number was 8. Every little negative sign that you see also means opposite. So we can think of it as 8, then opposite of 8. Then we separate them with parentheses so we don't confuse how many opposite signs we have. We then have opposite of 8, which is 8. If my original number was negative 8, I could say the opposite of negative 8 equals the original number, negative 8. Those are equations that we would use to express it. Work from the inside out. The original number is negative 8. Then you would have opposite here of the opposite of negative 8 equals negative 8. But up top we would have the opposite of negative 8, which is 8.